New York City, a hub for culture, the arts, food and sightseeing. New York City is a must-visit on many travelers' bucket lists, and for good reason. Everyone can find something to enjoy in the Big Apple. You can see a Broadway show, visit the world-famous Empire State Building, walk the High Line, check out the dozens of museums, eat your way through Manhattan's distinct neighborhoods on a food tour or shop till you drop along Fifth Avenue. Don't forget to stroll through iconic Central Park and visit its can't-miss attractions, including the Central Park Zoo and Conservatory Garden. Check out the top 10 places to visit in New York. Niagara Falls, the tumbling, frothy falls, more than 3,100 tons of water flows over the edge every second, are the star attraction in this New York destination that borders Canada. The best way to see Niagara Falls is on a Maid of the Mist boat tour, which takes poncho-clad visitors on a steamboat to the base of the falls. Once you see the falls, check out the area's other attractions, such as Niagara Falls State Park, Niagara Park's Botanical Gardens and Butterfly Conservatory or the nearby casinos. Adirondack Mountain. The Adirondack Mountains of upstate New York span more than 6 million acres and are home to hundreds of communities, lakes, valleys and trails. Water lovers can canoe or kayak on Saranac Lake or go boating on Tupper Lake. Hikers can tackle the area's 2,000 plus miles of trails, and skiers can shred powder on Whiteface Mountain near Lake Placid. Visitors will also want to save some time for checking out history-focused sites like the Lake Placid Olympic Museum, under renovation through late 2022, and Fort Ticonderoga, as well as sampling regional wine and craft beer at local wineries and breweries. Finger Lakes, a romantic New York getaway. The Finger Lakes region appeals to travelers seeking a relaxing retreat with lovely scenery. Skiing at the area's resorts, wine tasting at the Seneca Lake wine trails, wineries and boating and hiking at local state parks are all popular activities to enjoy in this part of northwestern New York. The Finger Lakes are known for their spectacular fall foliage, but with their wealth of charming towns and variety of seasonal attractions, the lakes are excellent to visit year-round. Rochester. Rochester is a great place to visit if you're traveling with children. In Rochester, you'll discover several kid-friendly museums, including the Strong National Museum of Play, one of the largest children's museum in the U.S., and the George Eastman Museum, the world's oldest photography museum. Additionally, Rochester offers all kinds of outdoor attractions to enjoy during the warmer months. Visit the 96-foot-tall High Falls for impressive panoramas, or stroll through Highland Park Conservancy in May to see the world's largest lilac collection. Statue of Liberty. America's most iconic site, the Statue of Liberty is at the top of every first-time visitor's list of things to do in New York. It was France's gift to America. Built in 1886, it remains a world symbol of freedom and is one of the top attractions in New York. On a tour to the Statue of Liberty, you have the option to stop at Ellis Island and explore the Immigration Museum. This fantastic museum is located in the historic Immigration Station complex, where thousands of immigrants were processed before entering the United States. Central Park. A walk, pedal, or carriage ride through the crisscrossing pathways of Central Park is a must-do on anyone's New York City itinerary. In winter, you can even lace up your skates and glide across Wallman Rink. This huge park in the city center, a half-mile wide and 2.5 miles long, is one of the things that makes New York such a beautiful and livable city. Some of the most popular places to visit include the Belvedere Castle, Strawberry Fields, the Central Park Zoo, and the lake. If you are exploring the park on your own, start by picking up a map at one of the visitor centers and plot your routing. Rockefeller Center. When it comes to New York attractions, Rockefeller Center is on almost all tourist itineraries. This vast entertainment and shopping complex in the middle of Manhattan is home to NBC TV and other media, but the centerpiece is the 70-story 30 Rockefeller Plaza, an Art Deco skyscraper that offers awesome views over Manhattan from the famous top of the Rock Observation Deck. Skating on the outdoor skating rink at the base of the tower is one of the most popular things to do in winter in New York City and a fun activity for families and couples. The rink is typically open from October to April. Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is one of New York's most famous landmark buildings and key tourist attractions. The 381-meter-tall, 102-story building was the tallest in the world until the One World Trade Center tower rose higher, 41 years later. Topped with a mooring mast for airships, the Empire State Building immediately became a landmark and a symbol for NYC when it opened in 1931. The line to go up the Empire State Building is almost always long, moves slowly, and during peak times, it can be ridiculous, making the whole experience more frustrating than it needs to be. Be aware you can easily burn up half your touring day just at this one attraction. 9/11 Memorial. The 9/11 Memorial Museum is located in an architecturally stunning, curving glass building, between the two pools. It features displays that include artifacts, photos, and videos, presenting the story of 9/11, as well as the aftermath and impacts. The building is constructed around the remnants of the World Trade Center and incorporates the old structures within the extraordinary new museum building. The memorial and the museum are located on the south side of One World Trade Center, on Greenwich Street, Times Square. Lined with huge, brilliantly lit billboards and screens, Times Square is the place to go in New York in the evening, but still exciting at any time of day. This is the location of New York's New Year's Eve celebrations and the famous ball drop at midnight, when the square and surrounding streets are filled with people. New York is one of the greatest cities in the world, and is always a whirlwind of activity, with famous sights at every turn and never enough time to see them all. Many of the best places to visit in New York are within walking distance of each other, or just a short ride away, making this city a delight for sightseeing. Thank you for staying with us for too long. See you next time with some interesting travel story.